Good morning. So it is Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. The 9th of December. So I figured I'm gonna do something. I'm actually kind of doing this for me. I wanted to do kind of a sightseeing. I'm gonna go through Glenwood Springs today, which is one of the most amazing places. All right, let's see if my battery will last for a good portion of the canyons. Try to bear with this, you guys, if you can. You know what? I'm gonna talk through this because I have a lot to say. But if you can mute me. Put some music on. I mean, I want to show you. I have to hand hold the camera. GoPro's no good for this. What do you want to see? The road? This is what a GoPro is. There. This is what a GoPro looks like. This. That's lame. You know, we want to be able to kind of, even if it's a little bouncy as we get to the canyons, you know, get a quick zoom or two. You'd be surprised what some of the people that I work with can get in a quick zoom. You know, and not simply, honestly, just because no one else is looking. You know, you're just not looking, and there's a skill involved in that. You got to know how to do this. It's not. When I say that, it's not like a bragging skill. It's, look at these places. I never understand this. I love zooming in on these. It's all the same. I think I said it in a video, like when I was driving to Craig that time, how they get these properties, and then it's just pickup central. Everything the guy's ever owned in his life is right there, and then the kid gets it, you know, and he doesn't change it. And they just smoke pot. Somehow the TV works, and then they just, I don't know, it's an amazing thing. Every tractor, the go-kart he had from the 1960s is there, the tractor's there, you know, everything's there. It's amazing to me. You guys all know what I'm talking about because you've all been somewhere where that is. The big place like that near me back home is Pennsylvania. We call it Pennsyltucky. You go into some of those backwards towns in Pennsylvania, and it just all looks like that everywhere. So anyway, here's the canyons. One thing people don't think about enough, and I'm talking about a lot of you guys, like a lot of the people I know, is look at this, you guys. This is why you're gonna stick with this, okay? Just watch this. Mute me and put music on. Seriously, don't listen to what I'm about to say. Do not listen to what I'm about to tell you. But look at how unbelievable this is gonna be. How the heck did we get through here? There's a beautiful river right there. Eagle River's right there. So one of the points I want to make is we think that humans have done everything. We think that we've looked at everything. You know, after doing this, I've realized that humans have explored absolutely nothing. We have looked nowhere and done nothing. You know, it's like basically we had explorers that they found the main areas, like, you know, we found New York City, yeah, you know, like these spots, but no one really looks in here. You know, we've always had, you know, a guy or two like me going into a cave, or, you know, he went for a walk, or she went for a walk, and that's it. No one's really done anything. So keep exploring is what I'm trying to say. Secondly is, you guys don't realize, you know, you think that, like, oh man, where would they be? And, you know, you think like a human. Look out there, you guys. They have the land, okay? The unseen world has the entire earth. We have nothing. We have like 1%. Think about it. Your town, the cities, the big cities, we're all squunched in together. We all have to live together. We rely on each other. Even us in rural Colorado, right? I'm kind of a city boy anyway. I mean, not city, but I kind of consider myself a jack of all trades in that department. So if someone's like, "Hey, are you a redneck, or are you what are you?" You know, it's like, because some people actually used to call me like, "Oh, you look like the all-American boy," or something. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Like a football player or something? I don't know. Maybe that's kind of what I looked like in high school, but I wasn't. It's one of my biggest regrets is not playing football. Like, whatever that means, I don't know. So, you know, people have a tough time reading me because you know, there's no way to figure me out. Because if you look at me, you're like, oh, he's like some kid came up to me recently. He's like, this really happened. He goes, "You look like you're rich." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you look like you have a lot of money." He was like 10 years, 12 years old, and I was like, "Okay." I just had regular, you know, the clothes I'm always wearing, which is kind of weird. Like, so it's weird how one person might interpret you, and then if you asked his father, obviously he probably would have had a different, you know, perspective on me. Isn't it amazing how we immediately kind of read people and judge people? I think most of us are pretty good at that, but we were wrong too. Like, we can be wrong. I've misjudged people so many times, you guys. I don't want to give you examples now because I want to show you this. But one of the point I'm trying to make is how vast the Earth is and how little of it we use or have ever even seen. Sorry, I keep hitting the button because of my angles of the camera and the way I'm holding it with one hand. This is just sightseeing. Here we go. Check this out. Look how gorgeous this is. This is going to be good too because there's some kind of construction here, like always, and they're going really slow. Is kind of what I want, so I can get some more camera action going here. I'm really excited about putting this video up for some reason. When I left today, I'm like, you know what? I never do this. Like, just sightseeing. Now, I don't want you telling me there's Bigfoot sitting up there. He probably is, you guys. You can tell me, but I'm not gonna. Especially when I do this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it zoomed. It's not gonna be perfect. My window's really dirty. That's okay. I'm just curious about this area. You'd be surprised what you can learn about an area by just filming it. By looking at it, not always as much. I know, you can see the structures. Let me try to get that right there. You can see the structures there, guys. It's amazing. They sit right there. It's what's convinced me. I have to be honest with you, because they don't help me with that. It's the one thing they don't. They plant little things in your head when you're out there with them, but they never. It's an amazing thing that how they never cross the line on certain things, like their national security, like where they are, who they are, what they're doing, and where they come from on a daily basis. Like, where are they? It's pretty cool. Like, where are they? You guys ever see Men in Black? What are they doing? So these are the things we gotta all have in our minds. We all gotta put it into that energy, into whatever it is, okay? We gotta just have it out there. We wanna know, give us some ideas without giving away, without it hurting you guys. See, those are the things that these answers are the things that lead us right to them. That's why they're so careful about that. They want us to know, they want to say hello, but they don't want to give out a lot of things. I think only because it can hurt them. It could be a security issue for their baby. For whatever the reasons. Who knows? That's the exciting part. Is, man, who really knows? So just remember, they have the earth, not us. We have nothing, you guys. We stay on roads and we stay in cities. That's it. And there's a couple of us wandering the streets, back in the boondocks. And most of those people don't even leave their house, let's be honest. Like rural people that have lived there forever. The guy's out like chopping his wood. He gets on his four-wheeler, he drives to the edge of his property, he smokes weed, he comes back. These people aren't seeing any. Look how cool the trees are. So people in rural, it's the people that are closest to these creatures. I'm going to stay right behind this truck. That are closest to, that way I can drive, I can look. So basically I can drive my car without looking. All I have to do is stay fixated on that truck. If you see some jumps, I'm not editing, it's just that I'm hitting the button every time I go left. So these are kind of timestamps maybe, but just, I think it's so pretty that it doesn't matter. You could be anybody and appreciate this. Another thing I'm kind of looking for, you guys, if you are kind of analyzing this video, instead of using it as a sightseeing video, which is totally cool, I want to just, it's very rare to have any kind of structures in this situation. And I want you to show me, if you see any sticks that look abnormal, anything. A lot of these will have to pause, because look, I'm bouncing, hitting the bumps. Let's see if I can put my face on that for a second. Look at that frost up there. It's so interesting, you guys, right there. See, after you've been through what I have and some of the things I've experienced and done, and look at that, it's a giant X. Look at the white X. I'm not kidding. Don't write things off like that. You don't know what we're investigating, okay? I don't know what we're investigating. You think it's Bigfoot, but it's not. okay? He's just a part of it. He's the famous one. That's all that is. This is nothing to do with Bigfoot, okay? If you're signing on to watch Bigfoot videos at Colorado Bigfoot, well, you're gonna see that, but it's so much more than that. And I don't want it to be, honestly, I don't want it to be more. I don't. It's so hard. But it's a challenge, and guess what? I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna figure some of this stuff out. Not in an opinion, but I'm gonna show you. Just give me time, give us time. It's not just me. It's gonna be one of us. I promise. You'll see. Just give us a little more time. I'll be the first one. Be like, listen, you guys, I've said this before. Like, I can't do it. I've done everything I can, and I can't do it anymore. I'll be the first one to tell you that. Believe me. I'll be the first one to tell you that. Don't complain about me talking. There's a railroad right there. Right next to the beautiful river. This is just an incredible drive. And I wanted to film it all the way through. It's not in 4K because I wanted to be able to upload this quickly. Literally the title will be Not For Everyone or something, like sightseeing only. No Bigfoot. It's funny, I could show if I could spend literally 8 hours getting to a place, probably not that long, 4 hours just walking to where I want to go, doing a video of one of the most amazing hidden worlds in the world, and I'll get 3,000, 4,000 views. I could walk outside of the trailer with the worst video I've ever done in the world, zooming in on some bushes and rocks, and call it a morning vlog and get 30,000 views overnight. It's a mind blower. I'm not trying to reach the outside, but I wouldn't mind getting 20,000. Because that's half of my subs. And if I saw 20,000 views on every video, I'd be really happy. You might not want to see that video, but you guys have to understand. It's just some of those views are people literally just clicking on it. It's fine. Give me structures. That's kind of what I want here. I want markers and I want signs, because you have to understand, I can read those markers and signs. I think, this is balls to say this, but I think better than anybody in the world that I know of. Look at that. I'm not kidding. It would only make sense, right? I think I'm pretty sure I'm the one that figured out that valley goes into somewhere very special. That's all I know. You got to see the markers down below the bridge, and it literally goes into oblivion. There's no towns. There's nothing that way for. You'd have to look at the map. I think it's 100 miles or so of just absolute beautiful valleys. Unexplored territory that will never be explored because there's no way to explore it. No one's, these people don't understand. Even if you had a financed expedition, these people financing the expeditions have no idea where they're walking. The people that are doing the expeditions have no idea what they're walking among, who is watching them. Why would you send someone out to do an expedition that doesn't understand where they live and where they are? Oh, that's a structure right there. Right there. I think somewhere. You know what I mean? You have all these people, these so-called experts, that actually know nothing. they know what humans put in a book, so their brains are very smart, but their information is meaningless. You know what I mean? You could be a Harvard scholar, and all of your knowledge, in my opinion, is just garbage. It's all meaningless. It doesn't help you in any way, unless you want to get someone out of a court date. That's the only way you're smart. You guys think about it. What's more important? Being smart in the human world and being successful, or actually really knowing where you live and appreciating the earth for what it really is, or being blinded and lied to and being successful in that world, which I'm not mocking. I think it's it's at this point something we're supposed to be doing. I mean, how do you change what we got going on here? It's the deal. So that's important too. Have a good job, be successful, have a beautiful family, have kids, great. But don't think you're so cool quite yet, because you know nothing. Ignorance is bliss. Maybe you're better off knowing nothing. But I don't believe that for most of us. I think that all of us can. Sorry, hit the button. Everyone would do that, you know. So you got to kind of leave. That sounds ridiculous, but you got to kind of leave that all open. Like, there's reasons that this is hidden from us. And the other thing I have, and I know I'm vlogging ADD, but I got to. What was I going to say? Oh, you know what? I got distracted because of this. Look at that, you guys. I don't think it's open anymore. It used to be like in the 70s or something. I think it's from that old. Look at. It was an amusement park on the edge of the cliffs. You'd have to Google that to know. I don't know the info on that. But look at it. It's literally on the edge of the cliff. That's got to be so cool. Like if you're on the swing, you come out like literally. If that swing breaks, you die. It's pretty cool. I like rides like that because it's like, here we go. You know, like, are you gonna make it? And that's a great death because you know what? If you do go off, you won't. You know, like, it's horrible, right? But sometimes my thinking is really warped. But I'm trying to keep the tunnel. I'm zooming out as I'm driving at it. I gotta Google Walmart here soon. Just a vlog of a maniac. That's what I'm calling myself lately with tinnitus. Like, I'm literally losing it. But I'm still in check with this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing okay. I think, you know, I keep myself in just utter isolation. The only thing I know is about Trump in this hearing recently or whatever, because Tom filled me in. I don't know anything about anything, and it's actually a great way to live, you guys. It's not bad at all. You know, when you're in a city, you got to know like what football team won, and you know, you got to know about that hearing so you can talk to your friend, like, because you know, to pretend like you're an intellectual and you know what's going on in the world. But I don't know if there's caves everywhere. You know, I don't know if that's good for me, you know. There's the springs. Look at that, you guys. Look at the hot springs. It's natural hot springs right there. All right, give me a second. I got to Google Walmart. There, I think I got the right Walmart in there. Oh, this spot. I was looking up there. It's really interesting, guys, where this burnt out. You got to see this. I was zooming with my cell phone talking to the salesperson at Honda, the new dealership, which is down in this valley. We were looking at the window up there.
Take exit 114 toward West Glenwood.
You got to see the structures that they made out of this burnt wood. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know if you'll be able to get it from that. Let me find Walmart. Over now. So here's Glenwood Springs. Now, what's cool about a video? Well, this is way on the outskirts. I'm not near the city. The little town of Glenwood's really cool. Little bars and restaurants, and it's amazing. So hopefully this helps too. I'm talking to you guys because I'm not expecting like people Googling Glenwood Springs to come up with my video, and then they're gonna hear this guy like, what is this guy doing? Because they don't realize I'm taking a break from my normal videos. But you know, you never know. Like, maybe someone was gonna come that knows me is gonna come to Glenwood Springs, and you know what, Mark? Thanks for giving me that video because now I don't really want to go there. Here we go. Here's the actual little town of Glenwood Springs. You can tell how it's kind of been built up, like, you know, you can kind of picture the old West and the way it used to look. You guys, why I'm filming this right here, because this is special, okay? This is what you're seeing here. All of you have heard about, you just don't know it, okay? And I'm gonna explain in a minute. Every single one of you have heard about who made this place famous and who is buried right here. So guess who's buried right here? And is kind of a hero of mine. I love the guy, at least from our stories, I do. Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp. This is it, guys. This is where it all went down. All the stories. I mean, a lot of those movies are, you know, portrayed like in Arizona when they're running for the border or whatever, but this is where Doc Holliday is buried, somewhere around here, right in Glenwood Springs. And so there is history here. This is where you would have rode into town, you know, and robbed a bank, things like that. You know, so it's kind of cool to see it now in 2020. You know, honestly, it doesn't, besides the vehicles and all the people, it doesn't really look. That's it. That was the town. It doesn't really look, you know, it doesn't really look too modern yet. You can go to your, like, a little ice cream scoop shop. All right, through the tint. I just want to take a quick look. What was I seeing there? Is it gone yet? I really don't want anyone to see me doing this because it might look like I'm like a detective or if I'm doing something weird. Like, I'm not zooming on people, but who knows. There you go. Now I'm officially a stalker. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick zoom here. We gotta turn the video into a little bit of a Bigfoot video. It's just ideal for people watching right there. Let's do one outside the camp, outside the truck. Let's see if I can see one. Because I got some really good rocks right there. Yes. Those are just like the petroglyphs. And the last place that they would expect anyone to zoom. And is it true what they say? You know, do they all know who you are? Because of your little beam of energy connected to the sky. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, you know, we wanted to laugh at that and deny it, but, you know, do they know Colorado Bigfoot's right here in the park though? I don't know. I don't even know if they're there. I'm trying to figure this out. But just look, how could I not do it? Look at this. There's Walmart, and there's some rocks up there. I'm not seeing, besides right there, which I really like because it's exactly where it should be on the hill. And I always find, like if I walk to a spot like that, I always find stuff at the top of a hill where there's rocks like that. It looks like those two rocks are put in there. It looks like those are all fit in place as well. It looks just like the petroglyphs. It's probably a little spot. Couldn't swear to it. I don't see anything else that's interesting besides that one spot there. That's pretty cool. So I'll open out.
Existence. The eighth commandment expressly forbids lying. Well, my parents were fanatical about always telling the truth.
It's cool how the mountains are right there.
I was
This lady's crazy.
angry.
But she's also got a valid point.
Deceived. I had been under the impression that
In a quarter mile, turn left onto the ramp to Denver.
did wrong or committed sin. Grown-ups were perfect.
Okay, so this lady's talking about Santa, like how it's teaching our children to worship a false god and all this stuff. Now I agree. I think, but at the same time, I think Santa's, you know, it's not going to affect your life. Hold on, there's a cop here. I'm going to put the camera down for a second. It's not going to affect. I think most of us did okay, right, with the Santa thing, because yes, it is teaching. It depends on how it's presented, I think, but it is kind of a lie. I mean, in a way, but I think that the magic. This is my own opinion. The magical feeling it gives us as children, it sticks with us forever. It's a brainwashing that believe it or not, that sticks with us forever. But I kind of like it. I want that feeling of Christmas, and it's a way. It's a sense of family. It's how you can miss people, things like that. Look, Thuma. I can't zoom, but that license plate says Thuma. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the magic of Christmas. I don't want to dive too deep into this, but there's something about Santa. Now I get it. It's a way to create revenue. It's a way to get people to spend money. Believe me, people, this is the one time a year, think about it. What you go through to spend money to get a present, like even when you were younger or when you didn't have money, or you'll do anything to get those presents. Think about it. Or you feel like a loser. That's part of the brainwashing. You really would. I mean, I've never not got my I overly get presents for people because lately since I've been here, it's really had to be I got to send money. But my mom was like, "Listen, for the grandkids, you really need to put it in a card. You can't just wire them the cash." I'm like, "I know, but it's so easy that way." And I really am a thoughtful Like growing up, I was always a thoughtful present getter. It would take me days to get the right present for everybody because I wanted it to be special. So is that brainwashing? A little bit, but I don't mind it, and I think we all snap out of it pretty well. You know what I mean? When these kids are going to have nothing fun to do, like, hey, did you hear that Santa Claus isn't real? Like, you got to give these kids something to do, you know? Her points are very, as crazy as she sounds, she's absolutely right. That was Howard Stern, on Howard Stern, so. Her parents sounded a little bit extreme. That's maybe why she got a little messed up. Look right there, those valleys back there are just a mind blower. I got to do this without looking, so I'm just going to try to look at a couple timestamps here. Or just, I don't know. I don't want to see what you think is a Bigfoot unless it's just incredibly blatant from this video, this particular one. The other ones, yes. But I'm kind of looking for signs, like if you can, I know it's not easy, but if you can find something that, you know, like you saw an X or you saw some kind of a stick that looked unusual, even if you think it looks, even if you think it just looks normal, I want to see in these zooms any kind of sticks or trees because they don't belong there. And I've seen a bunch. What is that right there? There's a triangle. I can't see it in the camera, but there's a triangle right there. That's what I want to see. I want to see triangles. I want to see markers. I want to know what's going on in these things. Not for you guys, but for me. I need to know what is going on here. You know, this is how I learn all of this stuff. I need to know every aspect of this, which I pretty much do here. But these canyons really, really are amazing to me because simply what's behind them. The loose giant piles of rocks that I see in front of openings, things like that. You know, like we're mountain lions aren't going to move. You know, all of the excuses that a human brain is going to make up. You know, they're not going to move big giant boulders. You know, mountain lions don't have opposable thumbs. Okay, things like that. I see it all the time. We're literally, a cave was cleared out. You know, like, so I also believe it's more than just that. So they're not just sitting in there in the cave like you would think they are. There's more than that. That's what I can't figure out. It takes a step beyond, and it's one of the things I'm working on. You know, how and how? Why? What are you doing? Why are you hiding in the bushes? I yell them all the time, like, aha. You could literally just, with one swipe, probably take my neck off, and yet you have to hide like a little baby when I come in there. I do things like that because, you know, I want him to come out and just punch me in the face. Be like, oh really? You know, but at least I got his attention. You know, that's all. I'm trying to grab some attention. You guys, as you know, I'm very respectful. These are a few moments here and there where I kind of get on it. I kind of get on them sometimes. It's typically the ones I know. You know, I'll be like, listen, you know I know you're fake, because that's the thing. There's not, the only mystery left is who are you and what are you doing here? Or maybe the question is, what are we doing here? You know, we don't know, and I don't need any national security on their side answered. I just want to know a few simple questions. Who are you? Let's start with that. That would be an amazing. Ooh, look at those. I'd love to go to those trees right there. Who are you? Are they aliens? Did they come from a dying planet? Which so many people seem to believe. You know, they're not from test tubes, guys. I can tell you right now. You know how I know this? Because I even believe that at one point. There's a lot of people also believe that some of these are test tubes. We might even be from a test tube, to be honest with you. But I don't think so because of the sheer numbers. So if you have billions of things, like you have billions of humans, right? We're not test tubed. I mean, I guess it's possible. You know, we multiply, but I can't go into the numbers with you, but there are so many of these, so many beings in the unseen world that if they released it, you wouldn't believe it. I know the numbers, but you couldn't. I'm not going to say them because your brain's not ready to hear those numbers yet. You got to believe me, okay? You're not ready to understand how many there is. It was like, for me, I figure like, oh man, there's like a family that lives right up there. There's probably two of them, and you know, you think we can only think. you know, with these movies that we've seen, with the TV shows that we've seen, you know, and then from there we use our imagination, and that's not what it is. Actually, that's not true. You can use your imagination and be pretty close, but most likely you're a little bit off. And I want to know. I'm here. This is my job. Before I die, okay, whether I do this, I continue on full time with this for my 5th year this summer, which looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm going to produce a summer of I don't know what yet, but something. We're gonna get further down. I don't even care if it's, I don't know. I just know something's gonna come from this summer, and I'm also gonna do things differently. I'm gonna have a lot of things going on this summer, and I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna at very least, get you an amazing audio this summer. I'm due for it, and we're gonna do that. Look at that. It's so cool. Doc Holidays, somewhere around here, you guys. Google it. Hey, by the way, I got my. It's back there. I got my. What a great Walmart! So you guys, some of you heard my Walmart story. Just a few of you in the live video. And man, I got to tell you, this drive is you can get stuck here because there's no way in or out, and they're always fixing something. And then if there's weather, look at the river. Wow, look how down the river is. It's amazing. I've never seen it that low. That's crazy. Look at that. Timestamps. It's so fascinating, isn't it? Just all those rocks. I don't know. I love it, you guys. It's the only thing that keeps me sane here. Is the sheer beauty of where I live. If it wasn't, I don't know what I would do. Like if I didn't have. Look, even if I could get like these videos somehow, like let's just pretend it wasn't forest and it wasn't pretty, and I'm getting groundbreaking stuff with Sasquatch and the unseen world, whatever we want to call the names. Okay, I think all the names are just wrong. Even unseen world is not necessarily accurate. I mean, it's just I think I'd rather say that than it's amazing how that rock is sitting up like that. I don't know if you can see it, that boulder. Hold on a second. I forget what I was saying. I'm listening right there. Pause it. Take a look around. Always look to the focal points. And at the same time, we're sightseeing. Okay, so we're sightseeing / a little bit of a vlog. Oh, give me something with the sticks here. I want to see any part of their language at all, please. Can you see? Because I can't look long enough to see anything. I'm seeing breaks. Nothing too blatant, like maybe you could pause it. Because they always come down. Always. No matter what. It's just part of the deal. And they'll mark, even if they don't come down that much. Like maybe they come down here, twice a year. Who knows? But they'll always mark in front of where they are. So somewhere in there is a sign that another forest being coming into the area can see. It's just the way they do it. A lot of times, believe it or not, it's those faces on the rocks. And other times, it's probably something that me and you don't know about. Like there could be the most blatant thing, just right out. Like look at those white marks there. Can you see the white marks? It could be some of the most blatant things that we don't know to look for. Remember, with the structures, we've realized that we just weren't looking. Like we didn't know. How do you look for something and not know what it is? So you kind of want to have an idea of what you're looking for, or we just don't see it. It's like what's the game? Come on, everybody knows this, especially if you're my age or older. Punch buggy, right? You're in the car or the road trip. Punch buggy red, and you start the game without even telling anybody, just so you can punch them like your sister. And yes, that you're allowed to hit your sister. It's okay. Hey, sorry. Just cutting in because I'm jumping topic to topic. I never hurt my sister. It's amazing. Becky, you should thank me, because first of all, she's not watching this, but if she was, you should thank me. All those times where I could have just wham. I'd never hurt my sister. She would hurt me. But I look back, I'm like, I think I made her do that. Literally just torturing her mentally. And then, the next day we'd be laying on the bed telling secrets, like best friends. And then we'd have to torture each other again for like a week before we could do that again. And that's the way me and my sister are complete opposites. Unfortunately, we're not that close. It's weird. Like, me and my sister know each other really well, and we are kind of, it's weird. We're kind of close for two people that don't really have anything in common, or it's, but, you know, like, my sister wouldn't call me to ask me advice. She wouldn't call me. It kind of hurts me, actually. And the same thing with me. I would never call her for it, because we're just have two completely different thought trains. And, you know, like I said, she's mainstream.
GPS signal lost.
Oh, shut up. We're mainstream. I don't need a GPS signal. But she's mainstream, you know, Virginia, you know, and it just gets annoying after a while. Which is great, but... Sorry, Beck. I'm not sure. Now, look, up here, there's water backing up. Oh, they must have shut it down. Oh, I get it. They cut... There's a thing back there. Yeah, look how deep. Wow. There's a, okay, so they did it for a reason. You know, it's amazing. I already ended the video, but I just want to do one more. So I turned the video off, and I don't even realize it anymore. All I do, I mean, I guess I do, is stare at this. I could stare at this for the rest of my life as I drive down the road. I'm one of these days I'm gonna die. I just hope I don't bring anyone with me. No, I'm pretty good like that. I can multitask extremely well. It's one of the advantages of ADHD. Most of us can multitask. Like, you could literally do like 7 things and you can focus on all of them at once. That's the advantage of ADD. But it's also a 24-hour day burden if you have it bad. So, just so people know, like, you know, my life is anything but a walk in a park. Just with the ADHD alone, it's nobody can understand. It's one of those things. It's like cancer, you know. Like, you don't get it until you don't understand it at all or care until and you'll deny it. Like, you just have ADD. You look fine. It's like, who cares how you look? It's how you feel. You know. It's like no one. I am never gonna forget, if I ever get rid of this tinnitus and stuff in my spine, what it's like to be down and for the count, you know, like, even though I'm still going, like, I can still do everything, I feel like I'm down for the count, and I swear, somehow or another, I'm gonna reach out to people one day that need help, like a real way to get help. I'll talk about the foundation I want to start one day. It's really based on what I do mostly, and all the people that'll be involved will do what I do, but also what we will do to help people with the revenue that this foundation that will generate.